Hello, Miss Nisma.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, Miss.
Hi.
Okay, so we're just admitting people in and we're going to start the lesson right away.
Which lesson?
The new lesson, the force lesson. We already started it
Force?
yesterday. Force. We already started it yesterday. We're going to continue today. Okay, so we are going to start from where we stopped yesterday. All right. So yesterday we were talking about the pull and push forces. Please mute your mics, all of you. The pull and push forces. And we were talking about the balanced and unbalanced force. And we said that is the difference between the balanced and unbalanced force, that one of them causes movement and the other doesn't cause a movement. Who can tell me which type of those two forces is the one causing a movement, the one that will make a movement? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Is it the balance or the balanced force or the unbalanced force? Which one of them will cause the toy, or if we're playing war of tug, will cause a movement? Tug of war, sorry, will cause a movement. Huh? No one knows? Which one, the balanced or the unbalanced force, is the one that causes a movement? Only Suhaila knows. Yes, Suhaila.
The unbalanced force.
The unbalanced force. Excellent. So when the balance, or when the forces, the two sides of the forces, one of them is bigger than the other, this is what will cause a movement. And this is what the unbalanced force is when one of the forces is greater than the other force. In this case, this will cause a movement. And yesterday I showed you as my mobile. I have right there my mobile, and when I push my mobile with the same force from both sides, it will not move. But if one of the hands were stronger than the other and I made the other hand looser, it's going to move, because when I push, this force is stronger than this force. So in this case, it's an unbalanced force because one of them is stronger than the other. So the unbalanced force is the type of force that causes a movement. All right. Now, this is a very important part, guys, because there's a lot of questions coming about this part, the balanced force and the unbalanced force. And this is specific question that I just asked you, which one of those two forces is the one responsible for a movement, is a very important question and comes a lot in the exam. All right. So what would an unbalanced force do? Everything that we talked about yesterday. We said that the forces could be the reason of an object that starts to move, or a reason that to change the direction of an already moving object. Or it could be the cause that we speed up or slow down a moving object, or sometimes the cause of stopping a moving object, maybe sometimes to change its shape. So the unbalanced force is the type of force that causes all of these changes, okay? The balanced force will not cause a change. And then did we do this together, guys? Did we answer this together?
No.
Okay, let's do it. And yeah, this is in the new, this is in the new resource pack, guys. So I will do, yeah, you don't have it, I know. So we're going to answer it now. What?
See your screen. I don't see your screen.
What about the rest? The rest,
Yeah.
can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can. I can.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing and I will share it again.
No, miss, we can. We can.
I know. I'm going to stop sharing and I will share. I will share it again.
I realized I was feeling.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's clear. Now,
Can you see it now?
yes.
Okay.
All of us,
So
yes.
this page, guys, is in your new resource pack. I know you don't have it, so I'm going to upload this page on Classera for you until you get your resource pack, and then you can copy the answers. Okay. So it says observations. Just let me change my position because I think the sun is right. Yeah. Okay. Is that better? Do you see me? You see me better?
Who's Yemen? Mr. Someone called Yemen.
This is Ayman. Yeah. Okay. It says observations. Things move when you push them and pull them. A push or a pull is a force that causes things to go faster or slower or to stop. When you are very forceful, which means that you are using a strong force, you give a hard push, you can make a toy car go fast. When you are not so forceful, so this means that you're softer or making a soft push, the car will go slowly. So according to how hard you push, it's going to move. Now, do these things need a push or a pull to make them move? Right, push or pull under each picture. Okay, so the first picture, Dana, I want you to answer. What do you think? This is a pull or a push?
Pull.
Yeah,
Pull.
it's a pull, exactly. So they're playing,
Pull.
yes, they are playing tug of war. And it's a pull. Okay, what about this one? The man with the stroller. The man with the stroller. Yes, safe.
He's pulling. It's pushing.
Yes, he is pushing the stroller. Okay, very well. Okay, Jaida, what about this girl? What is she doing?
What about this girl? She's pushing.
Yes, she's kicking the ball, and kicking the ball is a type of pushing. So she is pushing. All right, the next one, Malik. Yes, what about this girl, Malik?
Pull.
Yes, she wants to open the drawer, so she pulls the drawer to open it. All right. Next, I will take. I'm choosing from the people who are raising their hands, huh? Okay. So Hayla, what about this boy?
Pushing.
Yes, he is throwing the ball to the net, so he's pushing the ball. Very good. And yes, dear. Ayman, what about this last one? This boy is doing what?
This boy is pulling.
Yes, I want you to change your name to your actual name, please. This boy is
Okay,
pulling, yeah, he is pulling the car. All right. So now we're going to get to the next part of the lesson, and we will start to talk about the different types of forces. So we said that all forces are actually pulling and pushing forces. They are mainly those two main types, the pushing and the pulling. But we just don't call all of them push and pull. No, they have several names, although they eventually are pushing and pulling forces. But we give each one of them a specific name according to what is the reason that affects it. How so? Let's talk about the first type of force, which is called the gravity force. And all of us are familiar with the gravity force, and it's very important in our daily life. And actually, we cannot survive without gravity. Why? Because gravity is responsible for pulling us to the ground. This is how we
Miss, can I tell you something?
Omar, please raise your hand if you want to tell me something, and I will give you the permission. But don't just interrupt me while I'm talking. Okay? Yes, Omar.
Miss, if there was no gravity in the world, we will be flying.
Oh, yeah, I know. Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, Ayman.
Miss, I want to say something that we learned from last year. Whenever the thing is more heavier, whenever it has more gravity,
Okay, yes, we're going to
the
talk
heavier
about
it
this.
is,
Yes, we're going to talk about this. All right, thank you, Ayman. Okay, so gravity is very important in our daily life because this is how we can walk easily. This is how all the things around us is staying still on the ground. This is how all the food that we eat falls from the trees, for example, the fruits and the vegetables. If there is no gravity, as Omar said, we will be flying around. We will not be able to stay in one place. We will not be able to walk normally. And all the things around us will not be accessible. Everything will be just flying around and we will have a lot of trouble living our daily life. So gravity is a very important kind of force that we are blessed with every day in our life. And since gravity is trying to attract us towards the ground, or it's just grounding us and keep like attracting us to the ground, do you think it's a pulling or a pushing force? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Gravity is a push or a pull force? Huh? Yes, Liane.
Gravity is a pull force.
Yes, gravity is a pulling force because it's pulling us towards the center of the earth, or it's pulling us to the ground in order to stay on the ground. Now, in order to find out how gravity, I think all of you have learned or have heard about this story before. A scientist
We learned this lesson.
Yeah. A scientist called Isaac Newton was sitting one day under a tree. And when he was sitting, it was an apple tree, so an apple fell on his head. When this happened, he started to think about, why did this apple fell on my head? Why didn't it go like right or left or flew in the air? Why did it fall right on the ground? And this is when he realized or discovered that there is a hidden force or an invisible force, a force that you cannot see, that is actually pulling everything around us to the ground. And this is when he discovered the word gravity, or who he invented the word gravity. So gravity was discovered by a scientist called Isaac Newton. And I want you to remember his name very well, Isaac Newton, and the word Newton specifically. He was the one who discovered the concept of gravity when he was sitting under the tree and the apple fell on his head. Now, in order to understand more, and this is the part where Ayman was talking about, which Ayman was talking about, in order to understand more the effect of gravity on us, we will learn about two words. And those two words, we always get confused between them. The first word is the mass, and the second word is the weight. There is a big difference between both of them. Now, the mass is how much or how much matter is inside an object. What does that mean? It means that you have your school bag, for example. Before putting any books in it, it's empty. Then you start to fill it with books. Say you filled it with 30 books, okay? And you closed your bag and you took your bag on your bag, and you started to travel with this bag, okay? You went to Alexandria. When you open the bag, do you think you will find the same number of books? Will it be less? Will it be more? Or the same number of books? All of you, come on. The same number of books. Okay, excellent. Now, I took this bag and I traveled to the moon. Will the bag contain the same number of books?
No.
Who said no?
Me.
Who are you?
So hi.
Yes, Suhaila. Why do you think Why do you think it will not have the same number
Because
of
in
books?
because at the moon, the gravity, there is
No,
no
no, 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 no,
gravity.
no, no, no. I am asking a specific question. You have 30 books in your bag and you went to the moon. When you open the bag, you will find that it became less than 30.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah? Who took the books out of your bag?
the bag. If the bag was open, then yeah.
What do you mean the bag was open? I'm talking about that you have 30 books in your
No.
bag. Yeah, you have 30 books inside your bag and you closed your bag and you traveled to the moon. The number of books will stay the same, or will they be less, or will they be more? And
They will stay the same.
yes, exactly. They will stay the same. And this is what I mean by the amount of matter in an object. The mass is how much matter inside any object. And in the case of your bag, the matter that I'm talking about are the number of the books inside your bag. Do you understand? So this means that your mass never changes. Your mass, the amount of things and the amount of water and the amount of food and the amount of organs inside you will stay the same, whether you are on Earth, whether you went to the moon, whether you went to Mars, whether you traveled anywhere. The amount of matter inside you or inside your bag or inside anything that you have will stay the same. It will never be less or more. Again, like when I told you that you filled your bag with 30 books, those 30 books will never change. They will stay the same wherever you go. As long as no one took the books out of your bag, it's still on your back and no one removed the books out of it. So this is when, this means that your book will contain 30 books, your bag will contain 30 books wherever you go. Is it clear, guys? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this means that our mass, excuse me, anyone doesn't understand?
I disconnected when you were saying. So can you just repeat that again?
No, again. What's wrong?
I'm saying I disconnected for a really short period when you were saying. So can you just repeat it?
Okay. Who
The
are you?
last
You're
part
Dana? Yeah, which
Yes.
part, Dana? Which part?
This part, the
Mass part? You did not listen to the whole mass part?
no. The
Okay.
part when you were done
Again.
when you were saying who does.
All right. So guys, the mass is the amount of matter inside an object. And an example of this is the bag, your school bag. You filled it with 30 books. Those 30 books, their number, they will never change. As long as no one took books out of it or put extra books inside it, it's just the 30 books and they will stay the same wherever you go. If you travel to the moon, if you travel to Mars, if you are still on Earth, if you went to Alexandria, if you went anywhere, as long as you have those 30 books inside your bag, no one or your bag will stay the same. The amount of books inside your bag will stay the same. So this goes or applies to everything in your life. Like your body contains matter. It contains a specific amount of water, a specific amount of food, organs, everything that is inside your body. This is the matter that fills your body. So this means that your mass will never change, okay? Your mass will never change wherever you go, okay? Now, this is what we describe using the grams and kilograms units. And this is where people get confused between weight and mass. When you go and stand on a balance in order to find out how much or how heavy you are, you read I am, for example, I am, for example, 60 kilograms. Okay, this is not my weight, this is my mass. Okay, and this is when the people get confused between those two words, the weight and the mass. Okay, I just want to know who raises their hands to ask a question and who is raising because they forgot to lower their hands. If you forgot to lower your hand, please lower your hand. And if you want to ask a question, raise your hand. Okay, Ayman, what's your question? Okay, Muhammad Ahmed, what's your question? No one. All right. So the unit that we use to describe mass is grams and kilograms. It is measured in mass or in grams or kilograms. Okay, so when I am asking you about the mass of an object, I say, for example, the mass of this cat is 20 dash, and I want you to write the unit. So you will write gram or kilogram. Of course, in case of us, it's of course much more than grams, so it's going to be kilograms. All right. So again, the unit that we use in order to describe the mass is the grams and kilograms. And what is mass? Mass is the amount of matter inside an object. And you remember it by remembering your school bag. You fill it with a specific amount of books. Those specific amount of books will stay the same until you change it, until you remove it and you put another, maybe you don't need some of those books, or maybe you need to add more books. But the idea is that once you filled it with a number of books, it will stay the same wherever you go. Is it clear, guys, so far?
Yes.
Is there anyone find it difficult?
No.
Only Safe is answering me. What about the rest of you?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now let's go to the other word. The other word is weight. And weight is actually your mass, but affected by gravity. So weight is always attracted or affected by gravity. How gravity reacts to your weight, which means how strong gravity is pulling your mass to the ground. So this means, I want you to concentrate, please. Is the gravity on Earth the same as the gravity on Mars?
No.
Again, is the gravity, is the gravity on Earth similar to the gravity on Mars? No. Earth has its own gravity and Mars has its own gravity. The moon has its own gravity. Jupiter has its own gravity. Every planet and object in the space has its own gravity. Okay? So this means that your weight, not mass, your weight will change from one planet to another. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, because the weight is always linked to the gravity. The weight is always linked to the gravity. It's affected by gravity. So this means that wherever I go, if I went to space, my weight will change. If I went to the moon, my weight will change. If I went to Mars, my weight will change. But will the amount of stuff inside my body change?
No.
The organs inside my body, will they change? They will stay the same. And yes, exactly. So this is my mass. My mass will never change, but the gravity changes. The gravity from one place to another changes. And this is why my weight is the part that changes in me because it's affected by gravity. Okay, so the weight is your mass, but how gravity pulls your mass to the ground. Okay, now we can consider weight a type of force. We can consider the weight a type of force. Why? Hey, who can tell me why? Why do we consider weight a type of force?
I know.
Think about it. If you know, raise your hand. If you know, raise your hand. Why do we think weight is a type of force? I want you to look at the equation on the screen and tell me, why do we think that weight is a type of force? And mass is not a type of force. Why do we consider weight a type of force and mass is not a type of force? Yes, Dana.
It's because there's gravity and gravity is a type of force, and it's because you measure your weight by like pushing on it. So
Exactly, by pulling, yes. So because weight is linked to the gravity, it is, thank you, Dana. Who's the, yeah, Muhammad, I want you to mute your mic, please. Thank you. Okay, so the weight is always affected by gravity, and this is why we consider it a type of force, because it is affected by a force, and this force is gravity. Gravity is a pulling force, and since weight is linked to it or affected by it, so this is why we consider weight a type of force, while the mass, it's not affected by any type of force. It's just how much stuff inside my body or inside my bag. So it's not affected actually by any type of force. So the mass, we do not consider it a force, but the weight is considered a force because it is affected by a force, which is the gravity force. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Clear? Everyone understands?
Yeah.
All right. Now let me tell you one hint, okay? First, I will ask you the question and then I will give you the hint. Now, what is the unit of weight? We know that the unit of the mass is grams and kilograms, okay? Now I want you to tell me what is the unit of weight. All right, this is the question. My hint, the hint. Gravity is a type of force.
8 minutes left.
And any force, the unit of any force, is called Newton. Okay, when I want to describe the force, I say that this force is 8 Newton, for example, 8 newtons. Okay, so the gravity is a type of force and the force unit is Newton. This is the hint, yes. Listen to it again. Gravity is a type of force and any force is measured by Newton. So what will be the unit of weight? What will be the unit of weight? Only 3 people, where are the rest? Come on, it's a very easy question. Yes, Omar, what is the unit of weight? Omar?
Miss, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, what is the unit of weight?
The unit of weight?
Yes. Do you know?
What?
Do you know, or should I ask someone else?
No.
Okay.
Someone else.
All right, Muhammad, what is the unit of weight?
the unit of weight is the grams or kilograms.
No. Thank you, Muhammad. I will take someone else. Suhaila, what is the unit of weight? Thank you.
Milliliter.
No, dear, no. Okay, let me say it again. Okay. Now, weight is linked to gravity, and we said that we consider weight a force because it is affected by the gravity, which is a force. Okay, the hint that I gave you that gravity is a force and its unit is Newton. The unit that we describe the gravity with or any type of force is Newton. So what is the unit of weight? Come on, guys, it's an easy one. I'm literally giving you the answer. Yes, Malik.
Newton.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So again, yes, guys, weight is a type of force. And we say that it's a type of force because it's linked to gravity. It's affected by the force gravity. Okay? So this means that the unit of the force, any force, the unit of the weight will be the same as the unit of the gravity. So the unit of any force is Newton, and they chose to have this unit to like.
4 minutes.
Who's saying the countdown?
Omar.
Why, Omar?
Omar.
Why? Anyway, so again, they chose that the unit of the force become Newton because Isaac Newton is the scientist that discovered the first type of force, which is gravity. So it is related to the scientist that discovered gravity. Okay? So again, the unit of mass is grams and kilograms. The unit of weight is Newton. And as Ayman said, the more your mass, the more your weight will be. How is that? If you have a small mass, like the amount of, if you have 2 bags, one of them have 10 books only, and the other have 30 books only. Okay, one of the bags have 10 books and the other have 20 or 30 books. Okay, which one of them you will find it difficult to lift it up? Hey, raise your hand if you know the answer. Hey, if you have a bag that,
Say it again.
okay, you have 2 bags. You have to, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, you have 2 bags. One bag has 10 books and the other bag has 30 books. Which one of them you will feel that the gravity is pulling it more than the other? Which one of them you will feel that the gravity is pulling it more than the other? Yes, Ayman?
The one with 30.
Yes, the one with 30 books. It has more mass, so this means that the gravity will make, a stronger effort in order to pull it to the ground. And this is why we find it heavier. So if your mass or any object has more mass, its weight will be also more, okay? And it's very important that you know this equation because I will bring you some questions about it, okay? I will give you the gravity, I will give you the mass of an object, and I will ask you to calculate the weight. So you have to write first the equation, which is weight equal gravity times mass, and then you just have to do the equation and write the unit at the end. we will take more questions about this equation, so I don't want you to worry about it. We're going to learn about it later, okay? So I think, yeah, I think we're done for today. So I will be uploading, or I'm not quite sure if I will be able to upload it. What time is it? Okay, so I will try to upload for you one page. Yeah, I will upload one page homework on Classera. I will upload the actual PDF, and you can download it, answer it, and then upload it again on Classera. All right, guys? I'll be seeing
Can we
you
print it too?
if you want to. Okay. All right, I'll be seeing
Miss-
you next week, guys. Yes.
Can we answer it like on the computer or whatever it is? Like,
I don't think
can
you
we
will.
open it?
No, I don't think you'll be able to open it and do it online. You will be having to download it first, answer it, and then upload it again.
Yeah, because half of my homework I
Or
do
you
it
could
like
put
that.
it, or you could put the
Okay,
questions.
guys, I
and
have to go
put
because I have a session.
on.
So I'll be seeing you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.